Hey, dear friends. So today marks a year from when I lost my house back in November 6, 2024, in the mountain fire. And this is a year that I am now sharing with you. I could share so many things that I learned with you. It was very painful to lose so many things, so many like memories. That was probably the most painful thing. And then just seeing my kids be uncomfortable. But, I am very thankful that I got out safe and I was able to get out my pets safe. So that's all. And if you guys want to hear more about that type of stuff, let me know because I could really break it down. I really wish there was like a channel for fire survivors. I'm gonna share today about, the home development, like how to build a house from scratch, because that's something I've learned. I've also learned a lot about insurance. But whatever you guys are more curious about, if you want to hear about the heartache too, I could talk about that too, but I rather put that behind me to really but I'm here to serve. So whatever you guys think I could share with you, please let me know. But I developed this workbook. It's all about home development for anybody that thinks they want to build a house. Let's say you're thinking you want to purchase a home, land and develop land. Now that I'm going through this process, I know the process of selling homes and I know how to calculate the value of a home once it will be completed, which is something really important when you're in development. You don't want to buy the land really expensive and you don't want to overbuild. And you also have to, whatever you build has to be good for the market you're in. So these are all really good skills that I had. So I really use those skills in the process of me making my home. I'm not done with the plans. We're about to get ready to submit. And I could really dive into why I'm not done a year later with the plans, but it really comes down to money. Because I have to be smart with the little money that I have. Unfortunately, I don't have all the money in the world I want, but that's part of the delays. But here we go. So I developed this workbook. I'm going to go over this workbook. I can sit down and go through it with you. Today, I'm only going to talk about the process, um, but I could spend hours talking about the rebuild process. So first you need to purchase the land and finance the project, right? Finance. And when you finance land, there's two ways. One, you buy it cash so you could take your time and really, well, there's really three ways to finance the land. You could do seller financing, or you can, if you're lucky to be able to do that, or you could get a loan. Most of the loans for residential land purchases will require 50% down cash. Or another is to do the construction and the land purchase all at once. But for that, you will need to have all your permits approved, which is highly unlikely if you're buying raw undeveloped land. Okay. So that's just to get the land. So we're going to pretend that you already have the land and you're going to build a house. So what is the process? That's what I'm going to talk about today. So first, you need to, if there's anything there, you need to clear it. The lot grading, excavating, and making sure the foundation is, if there's any foundation or anything there, that it's all removed, and all that. And before all this, you also have to do a soils testing and all that before you develop your plans, because that's going to be really important for the land development. Then there's going to be the pouring of the concrete and the foundation, and forming the base of your home. Oh, okay. The site preparation, that could probably happen, before, while you're working on your permits and all that. This is just when we actually start building. Once you start pouring the concrete and the foundation and the slab and all these things, you want to really make sure you don't start any of this project until you know for sure you could finance and finish the entire process, because banks don't like to come and finance projects that are half started. They like to start with you when the approvals are gotten from the city, but before you break ground. This is something that's really, really important. Okay. Then you're going to go into framing. So framing is the actual structure that you're going to see and all that. Then you're going to have the rough installations, the stall in, that's going to be like electrical, plumbing, HVAC, and all that within the walls. And then finally, you're going to have the exterior done, which includes window finishes, exterior things, roofing, etc. Everything to protect your property. And then interiors, so adding the insulation, drywall, plumbing, and all that. And then finally, you have your final finishes when you could get your certificate of occupancy and then you can move in. So this is a build process. But before you can do any of this, you need to make sure you have your plans approved. So to do that video, I could spend another 10 minutes where I break down the whole entourage of people that you're going to need, which is in here. You're going to need an architect, a soils engineer, a general contractor, a MEP engineer, a structural engineer, and also an energy Title 24 energy consultant. So tune in for more information. I don't want to overwhelm you guys with all this information at once. Please let me know in the comments what interests you more, so then I kind of know where to gear these videos towards. This is just the actual building of the home. If you guys want to hear about the development, I am ready to show you that as well. Here, part of my plans, and this is the third revision of the exterior plans, and this is before we submit to the city. So please comment below what is of your interest, how can I support you, and we'll take it from there. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in and have a great day.